Hey guys, welcome back to the Confirming RM YouTube channel. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day getting ourselves back into our 2-minute technicals video looking at XRP. And as we can see, had a red day over here for XRP. Well, we're going to be closing about an hour and a half, but it looks like it will be closing red. We're about 0.75% down for the day. Nothing too crazy. Looks like a stale day, almost identical to the day before. Obviously, a little bit different in regards of having a wick up to the top, but it shows you that we have a little bit of a support here on 50 cents showing up. But let's go here to the 4 hour. Let's see what's really going on. So here on the 4 hour, you can see it just came to the bottom side of our parallel channel. And you know, that was kind of our thought process last night when we had talked about this, holding around that 50 cent region. We got a little bounce up. We're at 50.5 cents at the moment. So what are we going to be expecting next? So let's get ourselves acclimated to the chart. So here we are looking here at the RSI. You can see that we're about sitting here neutral at around 48. So what we're going to want to see here is in the next hour and a half, this 4 hour candle close nicely above here, get ourselves actually back into the bullish territory of seeing a short-term relief, back up there. Because right now you can see if we zoom out here on the RSI, just right about here, we're coming up to that same region of that one right here at 51. So you can see that the high to the low right here came back for support on that 702 and now breaking through. We really need to see this 4 hour close and get ourselves back in this region, because if we can actually break through the ceiling here on this 4 hour on this RSI, I think we can actually make some headway, get some nice appreciation. Looks like it would be up here to around 52, and then the next stop, being up here around that 55. So if we're actually able to bullishly turn around on the 4 hour, could actually get some nice curling up. I wouldn't say that far up to 55, but I would say at the top of this region around 52, 52.7 around here. As you can see, that's what this shows. It kind of, if it were to actually start turning around, it would actually show a retest up here. If we might get a little overextension up there to around that 100-day moving average. But those are two of the moves I'd be looking at. But at the moment, let's get rid of this. Zoom out a little bit, but if we were to draw some other conclusions on this chart, if you zoom in over here, we're about to come back for a retest on top of this MACD here. Could be coming down for a little bit of a retest and seeing if we can get a little more acclimated to getting another push upwards. As you can see that does happen, get a push and then a second push upwards. That could be happening. Looks like we're slowly recovering here on the 4 hours. Nice to seeing ourselves, similar to something over here. Getting ourselves a little dip and then the push upwards. Looks like that's typically what happens. You see the dip comes in and then you see start to actually bounce off and fly out. So I'm going to be looking to see how the MACD holds up. I'm looking to see how this RSI is able to make out, and I'm looking at how this 236 plays out. There's a lot of little things to kind of be looking at to understand what's going to be happening over the next couple days. I want this to break through this 20-day moving average and get itself back above it here and start to make way in the middle of this region. Otherwise, we have the target down here. If we were to break through, it looks like you're looking for a target of around the 49 to 48.5 cent region. If we actually break, we have the ceiling right here. So let's just see. It makes sense having it around here at a 50-day moving average. As it starts to actually close above here and condense up to it, if it actually is able to break through with conviction, you're going to see it coming up to the 100-day moving average, and that actually works out well, and we give us the conviction of getting through here on the RSI as well. But we're about neutral here and sitting on a weird uneven territory. Even come over here to the daily. Let's see how this looks on the daily. It's definitely interesting to call, because if you're able to see it hold in this region, you can even give yourself a kind of sideways support here and a sideways one through here. You could be seeing some sort of relief. If anything, I could see here on the daily coming up here to that same region we're talking about, on 53.7 to 52.7, 53. If you're able to get that huge push to the upside, but you're gonna want to see that, because you have this on a daily. Look at this. You have this 20-day moving average coming through a 200, I can tell you as soon as that starts to dip, you're going to be starting to see a massive fall in XRP, considering that 200 day is sitting here right at 52.3. Basically, we have the next 2 days. If it closes red, we're going to be seeing some further downside in XRP, seeing at least down here of south of what is that, 46 cents, down to even down there to 41. So hold the region. That's what we've been preaching for the past while. 50 is a critical support, and if we start to lose that and kind of neander downwards, I'm looking at next of coming back down and doing a double bottom around that 41. As you can see, if we zoom out, you would get that play back down there. We zoom out a little bit, 46, 45. I mean, but it would be the best right here to play out and have these waves, but I don't hold my breath. I play it as it goes, right, guys? You play it as it goes, and we're just looking at this trend line's been here since March of 23. So realistically, we get another continuous close out of here. It's no bueno. I'm definitely intrigued to see what happens here, because it closing underneath this support, as you guys can see going across. If we were to zoom out, grab this, do this, and zoom out, you can see that that's been a continuous support and actually starting to close underneath it. So that's next support sitting here around that 41 to 40. So watching supports, waiting for that 20-day to pass through that 200. And if we see that actually happen, I think we can understand where it's going to wind up going. Because anytime we've seen that pass through like that, as you can see, it doesn't typically bode well for XRP. So even if we go back over here and see that same thing, we had our nice rise in XRP, and as soon as we got a cross through, you can see the devastation that it winds up going through. So I'm watching out for that indication, because we're crossing pretty bearish. We're getting to an interesting territory where it could be quite heavily to the downside of seeing that around that 41 cents, because you can see that I have this other downside that shows in that same area. You can see this longer term, this short term, and this longer term, and you're starting to break the support. So hope you guys are having a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Hopefully this helps you understand my craziness and what my thoughts are on XRP at the moment. What we could also do really, really quick is grab ourselves a nice Fibonacci, grab it from the local high to the local low, and you can see that same thing. We're not getting through the 786 right now. Try getting through that one level, and it looks like we lose that, or coming back down to at least that 382. And that's typically your first support before you go down to that 236. But we're having that rising support, so let's see how it goes. Have a wonderful one, guys. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, just my personal opinion and just my thought process. And I'll see you guys on the next one.